Now because it's a linear equation, so we are going to draw the graph of it. Now when we draw a graph, we have to write the coordinates x and y, where x is the input. In our story, this input is the number of kilometers she is going to travel, and y is the cost which she is going to pay depending upon how much she travels. So if we see this data, if there is no travel yet, she has to pay $5. Okay, for 1 kilometer, total cost is 8. For 2 kilometers, total cost is 11. For 3 kilometers, total cost is 14. That we have done here. 5, 8, 11, 14 and 17 for 3 kilometers, yes. So this is the input. Now this 5 is a special value. How? This is known as initial value, because now when you are seeing the story, it's like booking a cab, but when it comes to math, we say it's the initial value. That means no input has been given yet, but even then we have a certain value which is 5, so it's initial value. So whenever we write the initial value, its input is always 0. It can be any depending upon the story. And then comes the next 1, 8, 2, 11 and 3, 14. Now we have enough data to draw the graph. So let's draw a Cartesian plane and learn how to do this. This is the vertical axis, and this vertical axis is always for the output. The horizontal axis is always for the input, right? So what is the input in our story? It's about kilometers traveled. So okay, let's see this horizontal axis, which is x-axis. This is x and this is x dash, y and y dash, right? Okay, so kilometer travel is on the horizontal axis input, and what is the cost? Because cost is the output, so that will be on the vertical axis. Now let's see, because it's going in a sequence 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, so I can simply write it as 0, 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then 4. Now when it comes to y-axis, I see the values are 5, 8, 11 and 14. So if I write like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I have to make a very long vertical axis, but we can find a solution for this. Let's see the value. The maximum value is 14 and it's like 5. So let's take at a difference of 2, right? So I'm just doing 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and 12. Okay, we will do until here. Now let's say 0 and 5. 0 and 5 means x is 0 and y is 5. So we are somewhere here. That is the point. 1 and 8. That means 1 towards the x-axis. How we are going to travel, how we mark it. So 1, first horizontal. First input is always horizontal. And from here 8 up. So here we are at this particular point. So let's mark this point as 1 and 8. And then it's 2 and 11. Let's see the path. So that means 2 till here and 11 will be here, right? So let's mark 2 and 11. Here it is, 2 and 11. 3 points are enough. In fact, 2 points are enough, but 3 are, sufficient enough to draw a line. So now we have got 3 points on the line. So we will just draw a line for this. This is the line. So whenever you will see a pattern is going on, then and you draw a graph for it, it is always a straight line. Now let's learn some new terms. When I do, like my equation is y or cost is equal to initial value, fixed value, plus 3 times kilometers traveled. And because this is the input and that is the output, So I can say y is equal to 5, 3x, which is the input. This is input, like it is her wish, how much she wants to travel, how much is the distance of her friend's house from her house, and that is the output. She has to pay according to the distance traveled. That is the output. Now, when it comes to math, we use a very specific term. This y actually is the output which is dependent upon x. So we always also call it f of x is equal to 5 plus 3x. Right? Yes, we have done it here too. So we have drawn a graph. Now this is initial value, this is cost, this is kilometer. Let's learn another word, another term, which is slope. This is very important. Now you see, when you suppose this is 1 and 8. So when you travel 1 kilometer, you pay $3 extra. So that is actually the rate of change which occurs with every kilometer. So that means I can say for 1 kilometer, $3 are charged, right? So if I take 2 points, for example, this is point 1, this is point 3. So slope is actually 1, 2, 3. So this is known as rise. This one is rise, how much you are going on a vertical line. And how much you are going on a horizontal line, this is run. So from here to here, it is 1. So if I write like slope, which is actually rate of change, right? Slope is rate of change. So you can write it as rise over run. So how much is the rise? 3. How much is the run? 1. So if we read it, for 1 kilometer, for every 1 kilometer, $3 are to be charged. So slope is rate of change, and we can say for every 1 kilometer, $3 are to be charged. Now, if you have understood the concept, just try to create another story of travel, of booking a ride with some fixed value or something, and then try to create a graph of it. It's going to be fun, believe me. And let's do another story in our next part.